welcome to Back to School 2020, the virtual edition. Let me start off by saying that you all have done an amazing job getting your kiddos into the swing of things. We are all putting in overtime. You, your children, teachers, our office staff. Thank you for your questions and your feedback and your engagement. Thank you for your patience and your calmness during this odd start to the year. I actually came across something the other day that I wanted to take a minute to read out loud to you because it really sums up how I feel and how I hope that you feel right now too. So it says, look at how much you have already managed to adapt to. Look how resilient you have already been. There is no right way to respond to this because it's never, ever happened before. Give yourself some credit. There's no one in the world who has figured this out yet. So it's absolutely okay if you don't either. So try to keep a piece of that with you. I know these times are challenging, and just try to hold on to that idea that it's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet. I don't know anybody who has. I can speak for all of our staff members when I say that we want nothing more than to be back safely with our students. It's wonderful that I can hop onto Google Meets on a daily basis and pop into classrooms, but it sure does not beat seeing the students in person. So thank you for tuning in to our virtual Back to School. I have a couple of things that I want to share with you, and then I'll turn it over to your child's teacher. So attached to the message that had this video in it is also a form where you can ask questions. Please use that form. I will get back to you by Friday, and each teacher will also have their own form available. So you'll be able to ask them questions in that method as well, and they too will respond by Friday. Okay, so first off, a little bit about myself. I have been in LuCMR for a little over 20 years. I taught first grade, third grade, and fourth grade. And I most recently was working in the curriculum department where I actually got to work with all of the elementary schools in our area, and I learned a lot doing that. I'm super excited that I landed here at Grover Heights. It is a wonderful place to be, as most of you already know because you are returning students. My motto is both a question, what is best for students? And it's also a statement, what is best for students? So every decision we make here at Grover Heights is made through that lens of putting students first. Building connections is really, really important to me. Since I cannot do that in person, I am relying on connecting via email, Parent Square, Google Meets, the telephone. I appreciate all of the questions you have been asking and the feedback you have been giving. We've really made use of that and made changes and are continuing to make changes due to the feedback. So thank you for that. I'll be holding regular check-ins. I'm calling them parent principal coffees. Weekly for the month of September, and then probably monthly after that. We'll just see how things go. I'll be able to use this opportunity to give you any updates, answer any questions. I'll record these and put them on Parent Square so that if you can't attend, you can still see what we're talking about. So again, that form that I mentioned, there's a space for you to indicate your availability and whether or not you would be attending one of those meetings. And so please respond on that form. That'll help me schedule them, find a time where most people can join. Okay, on to some general school information. I wanted to give you a quick update on the social emotional component of distance learning. As you know, students in general might be struggling now more than ever with connecting with others. So as a district, we're holding what we're calling Friday Care groups. CARE stands for check-in, advise, redirect, engage. So this Friday Care meeting time allows teachers to focus on critical skills to help students build resilience during distance learning. We ask the students to rate their feelings on a simple scale, and that information helps the teacher know if anybody needs a little extra help. So TK through third grade students are learning about that scale for these first few weeks. If you are a parent of a 4th through 6th grade student, ask your child what the scale is. Ask them what the different colors are and what feelings are associated with those colors. and definitely start that conversation with your children. So these meetings are not counseling sessions. They're more like an advisory class at the middle or the high school level. Students are in smaller groups of 20 or fewer, and they have time to connect with one another. They have time to connect with their teacher. They learn some different strategies and skills that will help them during this time. If students do ask for help, or if they do indicate that a counseling session might be helpful, then all the regular procedures, including asking for parent permission to engage a student in counseling, all of those regular procedures are followed. Our care meetings at Grover Heights are every Friday from either 9 to 9:30 or from 9:30 to 10. So if you're not sure which group your child is in, definitely reach out to their teacher. And that login meeting counts for the synchronous part of the day. So your child after that may have some small group interaction. They might have some work to complete, some homework to catch up on, but that first care group login is what counts for the day. This year we'll also be adopting a social emotional curriculum that we can implement either during distance learning. It's also something we could implement once we return to in-person learning. So we hope to have something in place by the end of the first trimester. Another exciting program I want to tell you about is called One School, One Book. And the goal of this program is to help foster a love of reading, to build community, to increase literacy. It's a really fun way to do all of those things. So the basic idea is that each family in the school receives a copy of the same book, and we read it together. We ask families to read a portion nightly, or we provide read aloud so that you can listen together. We talk about the book in class. Siblings are reading the same book. Little buddies, big buddies are reading the same book. Staff members are all reading the same book. So as you can imagine, this can prompt some wonderful conversations about what everyone's reading, whether you're in kindergarten, 6th grade, anywhere in between, whether you're the adult involved. It's a really fun way to get connected. So we're planning on starting One School, One Book in the fall, but don't worry, we're not rushing into it. We know everyone needs some time to get settled. And speaking of reading, we are very excited that we will soon have the chance to let students check out books from our very own Grover Heights Library. And here's Miss Jackie to give you a sneak peek of what's to come.
Hi, Grover Heights families. This is Mrs. Jackie in the library, and I'm just here to show you a little bit about accessing our library online. Here I am on the Grover Heights Elementary School website. If you hover over Academics here and then scroll down to Library Media Center and click on that, that will take you to our library page. There's lots of fun stuff on this page. There's pictures of the kids. We also have links over here on the right, information about box tops, which has changed this year. Also read alouds here. This is picture books and chapter books that we've been recording and reading and recording online. So that's the link there. And there's also a link here that will send you to our Grover Heights Library collection. And there will be another video on that coming out soon with more information. So bye for now.
You can go ahead and click on that link and check it out now. We will be sending out some more directions next week, but you are welcome to check out the link a little bit later on after all the videos. Okay, so I wanted to also let you know about our supply pickup plan. We are adjusting as we go, and right now we're planning on having supplies available for pickup the first and the third Friday of the month. So these would be maybe if your child's teacher has some math workbook for them to pick up, or if they need some extra paper or something like that, they would have that put together for pickup. So we'll have the supplies out on the tables from 10:30 to 3:30. The first and the third Friday of the month, and your teacher will notify you if you have supplies to pick up. Not all classes will have things that they need to get picked up. So this Friday, September 4th, will be our first pickup day, and actually this Friday we'll be out there until 5 o'clock. So come by anytime between 10:30 and 5 if your teacher has supplies for you. We'll have everything set up on the grass, and please practice social distancing when you pick up your supplies. All right, moving along to attendance, and we are almost finished. Attendance continues to be just as important during distance learning. If your child is sick, please call the office and let us know. You can email a picture of the doctor's note if you have a doctor's note. If you are experiencing internet or power issues, then please let your child's teacher know right away. You can also let the office know because it might be something that we can help with. All right, one very last thing, please join our Grover Heights PTA. A video went out last week that talked about how to join and why you should join. So this is a great group of people committed to the students, and they have some vacancies on their board that they need to fill. So please consider, please definitely join as a member and consider joining, running for one of the board spots if you are interested. Okay, I am now going to turn everything over to your child's teacher. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure you fill out that form if you have any questions. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us in the office. We are here to help and support however we can. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your time.
Hi parents, welcome to Back to School Night. I am your child's teacher, Mrs. Sims, or Misty Sims. I'm going to go over with you today what our schedule looks like typically for our students and how to submit assignments and generally what is expected of them during distance learning. First of all, I want to thank everyone for hanging in there and being so patient with me while I figure out this new technology and how to teach virtually. I know it hasn't been easy, and all of our students are doing such a great job doing all of their work from home. I'm very proud of them. And parents, you are amazing. You're doing all this work with them every day. And I know that you have things going on in your own lives, and it's not always easy. So just know that you are appreciated, and know that I'm always available if you ever need to reach out to me. If you have any questions or concerns, always feel free to email me, or you can text me. I'll put my contact information on another form that I have emailed you. So you'll see that you can email me, you can call me, you can text me, you can use Parent Square. There's a lot of ways to get a hold of me. So just know that I always want to hear about your child. I'm very interested in, however I can help them learn and grow this school year, whether we keep doing this distance learning thing or if we end up back in the classroom. So what I want to show you is the Google Classrooms. This one is our Google Classroom, but for a second I'm going to back up. When you go into your student's Google account, you're going to go to Google Classroom. So let me back up even further for those of you who need to find it. So when you get into your student's Google account, and the way you would do this is you have your student's email address and their password, which I can give you if you don't have, or I've sent home in their supply box a little piece of paper with a QR code that you would just put up to the Chromebook camera, and it would let them right into their Google account. So once you're in Google, you'll go over to this waffle and select Classroom. And all of your students' classrooms will be listed here. I have more than your student will have, hopefully, because I'm a teacher in other classrooms as well. But the ones that they will have, if you have a 4th grader or a 5th grader, there will be a music class. Their students should have a PE class, and it should be their appropriate grade, and they'll mainstream in music and PE. We're working out the technical difficulties with getting another paraprofessional in there to help support your students while they're mainstreaming. So bear with us while we work that out. That is the plan, though, is to have them mainstream with with their peers in these courses. So if you go into the classroom, you'll see this Meet link right here up in the picture. And this is the link that you'll use to access our whole group sessions every morning at 9 a.m. I'm also emailing you your child's individual schedule, and those will have all of their links to their individual sessions within my classroom. However, I wanted to put the links for the other classes, the music and the PE, in that schedule, but it appears that, I don't know if music is, but PE is switching their link every week. So I think the safest bet for music and PE is just to go to their music and PE classroom. So like if I click on PE, and there's no link right here. I think what she's doing is she's been posting them. Okay, so it says here, I will send you the link to access Google Meet. So I think maybe she's emailing students every time they have PE for a new link. So that's how I would find that for PE. And we may get a different PE teacher in a few weeks. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. And that system might change. So just know that. Okay, so I'm going to go back into our classroom. So this first page here is the stream. And this is, every time I post an assignment, something will pop up here. So things tend to get lost if I post them in here. So I don't post in there a lot, but I have posted this, and this is very important. This is the login for Clever, and I'm going to go ahead and go in there. And this will get pushed down. I brought it to the top right now, but if you ever need to find it, just scroll. It'll be in here somewhere. So I'm going to click on Clever right now and see if you have your badge. You can just log right in. And I'm going to go to our class, and then you'll see different things here, and I might add more apps, but this is what we have right now. Typing Club, Dreambox. Probably the main ones you'll use are, you can always go to Go Noodle. There's just a lot of fun movement songs in there and different activities that you can do that are fun. And you can also go to Seesaw. I'm not sure how often I'm going to try to use Seesaw, but I've used it a couple times and I might continue to use it. I can create assignments in here, like this one right here, and like this is a sorting activity, and then you can turn these in. So we will probably use that. And then there's Learning A to Z, which are simple books that you can read. Just a lot of good learning resources here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our class. So the meat of Google Classroom will be in this classwork tab up here. And I'm organizing everything by the day of the week. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then down here are past activities. So whenever we're done with the week, I'm just going to put anything that doesn't apply for next week in past activities. I might keep some things, you'll see comments. So this language arts or this math, I might assign the same math every Monday. And so I'm not necessarily going to move that down to past assignments. I'll just keep it right here. And you can either make an additional comment, or you don't have to make a comment on every assignment. That's okay. So that's the other So in turning in assignments, what I would ask you to do is generally to either turn something in. Let me see if I can go here. Say I have one turned in. Okay. View assignment. So either turn it in by clicking turn in or make a comment underneath. That way I know that you've completed it. If you want to just comment on a few assignments that you've done during the day, maybe 2 assignments, that's fine for the day. You don't have to make a comment for every single one. But I do like to know how your student is doing. If they struggled with something or if they really liked something, it helps me get to know them a little bit better so I can assign them more appropriate work in the future if an assignment wasn't working for them. I don't want to keep giving it to them. So that's the classroom. When you come into the Google Meet, the whole group Google Meet every morning at 9 a.m., I just ask that if you're in a noisy environment, that you turn the microphone off, unless we ask your child a question and we want to hear their response, or if they want to say something, you can turn it back on. In general, though, if you're in a quiet room, I don't mind if you keep the microphone on. I do like to hear when they spontaneously say something or do something. It's easier to interact with them if they have their camera and their audio on. However, I'm never going to require that a camera or audio be turned on. So that is your call. So for Monday through Thursday, we will do our typical calendar routine every morning at 9 a.m. And that'll pretty much stay the same. We'll do a variety of songs, so they're not the same every day, but we want to establish a good routine for the morning, let the students know that it's time for our school day. This is what it looks like on a weekday when we start school. That way they get in that mode of, okay, I'm ready to learn, and they can see their peers in the classroom and they're ready to start their day after we're done. That session usually only takes about 20 minutes. And then your child is free to do the individual assignments and meet with myself or other staff for our individual sessions. So what I would expect, what the expectation is that every student attend the morning meeting and attend another individual session during the day. The morning meetings are every day, Monday through Friday, but the individual sessions will only be Monday through Thursday. So Friday is going to look a little bit different. In the morning, instead of doing the calendar, we'll do a care group. And this is a district-wide thing. All of the classes are doing it. It's more of a self-care day. We focus on social emotional development, and we'll talk about the zones of regulation, and we'll learn about the different colors of emotion. So that'll be our morning time on Fridays. And then you may have an individual session with me on Friday, but you may not. So in general, most students will just have their one-on-one sessions Monday through Thursday. So, and then on top of that, the other sessions that your child will need to attend will just be with other service providers. So you should be contacted by speech, OT, OI, whatever specialist your child has. So I know these are a lot of meet times to keep track of. I will do my best to try to create a schedule for your child and send that out to you to try to make it a little bit easier to keep track of. I know we started with one schedule and then I'm changing it up on you. So I do apologize if that causes any confusion. I just felt that our second whole group meeting that we were doing wasn't as beneficial as doing more one-on-one sessions. So I really want to focus on that going forward. So I think that's about it. So like I said, I emailed you another document that basically summarizes everything that I just talked about. I just hope the video was helpful in looking at the Google Classroom to see where everything is. And again, thank you for your patience. Your students are doing awesome. You're doing great. Let me know if there's ever any way that I can support you. All right, everyone have a good day.